so I'm gonna update you guys on basically how the car, not how the car did, but okay, so basically I said I would wash the car and do a once over. So the car is on the lift, switch places with the 2JZ S13. I also just quickly trimmed the hood so that it cleared the engine. So now it actually has a hood on it. Okay, so wash the car, and I did a bolt check, suspension wise, stuff is good. And then I noticed after putting on the hoist that there's a bit of coolant leaking from somewhere. So I dug a bit deeper, and it ends up being because this is a KA-T, the way I made my water lines for the turbo. I'll show you what I did. See if I can get this to focus. Okay, this lens is harder. There. Okay, so this is where one of my water lines come from. It's on the intake manifold. This is a factory piece. I just put a compression fitting, or a, the hell are you the Vibrant call these things? I just put one of those AN fittings, or I put a fitting to convert it to AN, and then that way my AN water line can go onto this. What actually broke is right here. Just from corrosion. I'll show you on another K that I have. Okay, so this is another K that I have, and I'll show you that same, where is it? I'll show you that same section. Okay, can't really see that. So, can you see it? Yeah, okay. Now you should be able to see it. So, this is that piece. So it is a factory piece, but as you can see, on this K it's pretty corroded. On mine it wasn't that corroded, but I guess enough that it probably cracked or had a hairline crack, because I did notice, probably a month or two ago, that actually randomly all season, it seems like the coolant system gets air in it somehow, and that's probably where it came from. It was probably cracked, and then after this event, from a crack it developed into an actual break, and this whole piece broke off. So I welded it back on. It's definitely not pretty, but I did pressure test it and it's not leaking. So now basically, yeah, in order to do that I had to pull the entire lower intake manifold off the car. In order to do that I had to pull the starter off and other stuff. So like I said, there is another event this weekend that I was not sure, that I'm not sure whether I'm gonna go or not. I kinda do wanna go, but it all depends. So luckily I just happened to have a new intake manifold gasket for this part, and I was able to weld that piece back on. So yeah, all I have to do is put the intake manifold back on, button up this whole side, and then bleed the coolant again. The other thing I noticed was, so I noticed this at track, the fire sleeve. So this vacuum line was actually sitting on the screamer pipe, and that's why it's all white, because it started catching on fire. So I'll probably replace this section of fire sleeve. And then another thing is, this fitting keeps coming off. This fitting keeps coming off, even though I tighten it down. And then also just the heat, this actually broke off, so I gotta fix that before I overboost. And then last thing I noticed, two other things. So basically the turbo elbow, which you can't see down there, I'm missing 3 nuts off that, which I mean, I guess it's not bad. I kind of haven't checked that all season. So I gotta get 3 nuts put back on that. And then just some of the heat wrap on the down pipe was starting to come off. So I'm gonna zip tie, stainless steel cable tie the heat wrap back on the car. So yeah. That's basically the update on the car. There's nothing crazy wrong with it. Just, I guess, normal wear and tear and that water line issue. So I'm gonna put the intake manifold back on, and I'll just show you guys that in a time lapse. Alright, so we got the, so I got the lower intake manifold back on, everything's back on. The only thing left to do is, I guess, bleed the coolant system and make sure or hope that there's no leaks. Yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. I am gonna make another video, probably tackling the stuff on this side. So that's pretty much it for this one. If you guys are liking what you're seeing here, feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed watching the video, make sure you hit the like button. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.